Hello, cats and kittens. Oriwa Jose, Yoroshiku, back in the Crisis Corner, giving you more One Piece content. And since there's a break on this week, we raise a subject that many people debate, discuss, fight over, or whatever. Luffy and Zoro. At this point in the story, who is the stronger of the two? Generally speaking, we know that as we go through the series, Luffy fights the strongest enemy, Zoro fights the second, Sanji fights the third strongest. That's basically how it's been set up since the beginning of the series. It's taken a couple of turns lately, so we're going to factor that into the judgment of who currently, as of Wano right now, is the stronger of the two. Going back to the history of the series, it's been very clean cut. Even the first real opponent that they came across was probably who? Arlong? Really? Was that?
Oh, the first real?
Yeah, I guess Buggy technically.
I'll say Arlong if you want.
Huh?
You can say Arlong. That's fine.
All right, yeah, Arlong. It wasn't a clear-cut number two. Hachi?
Hachi, I guess. Yeah.
Hachi, I guess. I mean, that wasn't a great example. I mean, when you get to maybe Alabaster, who at number one, yeah.
Crocodile, and you getting Das Bones.
Yeah, Das Bones. That's where you really get the setup.
Yeah.
Because Das Bones was clear-cut the underling to Crocodile.
Yeah.
And from there going forward, it's just been that way.
Yeah.
By the time you get to after the time skip, it gets kind of blurry. Because Hody Jones wasn't nobody to start with, and whoever his underlings were, any of them, Zoro probably could have killed any of them, up to and including Hody himself.
Yeah,
and he hasn't had to put in any work since he fought. Had to have been somebody on Thriller Bark, Ryuma.
Yeah, Ryuma.
He wasn't even number two.
I mean, but Ryuma, because I would actually, because they technically, Ryuma was an underling to Absalom.
Absalom, yeah.
But I would actually argue with the way it presented is Ryuma was stronger than Absalom.
Yeah, I would go.
So, yeah, I mean, I understand. No, technically, he wasn't number two in the pecking order, but as individual fighters, if you're not counting Oz, then I would say Oz. Then I'm going to say Ryuma was stronger than Absalom, and it holds to reason that he would be Zoro's opponent.
Yeah, and he's also a swordsman, so yeah. But anyway, at that point, things started breaking up by then because Shabba Archipelago, they really wasn't a organization type fight going on. It was just stay alive type situation.
Yeah.
And after the time skip, everything got screwy because Zoro didn't have to do no work.
No,
Literally did not have to do any work since they came back from the time skip. Even after the whole Cake Island, he wasn't there. Dress Rosa, he didn't have to do no work. I mean, technically, yes, he had to fight. What you call him? He had to. He cut up. What's the boy's name? Pika. Yeah, he cut up Pika, but it didn't require a tremendous amount of effort. And there was just a delaying tactic basically to so that Law and Luffy could get the Doflamingo. And I still say to this day, I'm not sure that Zoro couldn't take Doflamingo in the fight. Because the setup, the matchup's not that great. String against swords, whose hockey is stronger? I mean, can you say definitively that Doflamingo's hockey is stronger than Zoro's? I don't know.
I mean, it sounds like you lean in a certain kind of way, Jose. It sounds.
Yeah, I mean,
you lean in a certain kind of way.
The main, you get Gear 4 from Luffy, which tells you that he's leveled up against against himself. He's gotten stronger. We know that.
Yeah, he's leveled up.
But we don't.
Going against, hitting walls with Doflamingo, with Biscuit, with Katakuri, you see him leveling up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you to put, common opponents, they don't generally do common opponents, but when you get to the pecking order opponents, it falls off in Whole Cake because, of course, Zoro wasn't there. When you're looking at Dressrosa, so Pika was for sure his number 2. I mean, his number 1. Doflamingo, because I always kind of, not clear if what's his name, Virgo wasn't his subordinate.
His number 1?
Yeah, because if Virgo and Pika got into a fight, Pika would beat Virgo.
Well, see, it's not clear cut in that regard. I'm going to say, from what I saw, and had Pika actually been a Logia, then I think, he would have been phenomenal. He would have been off the charts. But from what I saw in Dressrosa, I would say, to my mind, Pika is his most powerful subordinate.
Okay.
I mean,
well, with the easy,
Treble seemed to.
Oh, don't even talk about him.
I mean, he seemed to hold that kind of spot on the team, but I don't know that I felt like he was stronger than Virgo or Pika.
Yeah, Treble was more like his running boy, like, that cat that goes get you your shoes and stuff like that. But in terms of top line fighters,
you got it down to Virgo and Pika.
Yeah, that's the 2 that I'm thinking of.
Okay,
and I got for sure. We know that Zoro took out Pika, and I'm pretty sure he could take out Virgo.
I got him taking out Virgo too.
Yeah, but they set that up for Law as a payback, so that's cool. Yeah, so by the time currently, just based on the fact that he hasn't gotten any premier fights, it kind of queers things, I'm assuming he hasn't opened that eye either. Everybody's waiting for that. And you figure he's training with your man Mihawk, who is still the number 1 swordsman, confirmed. So he hasn't beaten him yet. If they fought, I mean, what has he upgraded? Is it the Ashura techniques? Is it, you know what I mean?
We don't know.
It's that big mystery. It's that big question mark. What has he done?
See, I'm going to say, for me, I know, as this is Luffy's book, it's his story, that he's meant to be the most powerful member of his team. I know that definitively. I'm going to say, however, like you said, things get queered based on my knowledge of how shonen books work. And I can tell you, bar none, Oda, in my mind, does it just as well, if not better, than anyone else in the game. So the way they work is, because they're growth stories. You're meant to follow these characters on a journey as they get stronger. And your character runs into a wall, and he, through sheer force of will, training, or just sheer dumb luck, figures out how to overcome that wall and gets more powerful in the process. So you base strength on when do they hit that wall, and then how they, overcome it. I'm going to say, to in the new world, and since we've post time skip, Luffy hit that wall when he was fighting Doflamingo. He hit the wall. He couldn't. He had to overcome where he was at the moment, be it I needed a 5-minute break, be it I needed to get to get another crack to with my Gear 4, whatever it was, he hit a wall. Whereas he on his own, where he was, he would not have come out on that fight on top. He hit a wall. He also hit it was a smaller hurdle with Biscuit and an even larger one when he ran up against Katakuri. But you've seen Luffy hit walls and had to overcome. To this point, and like you said, it queers things. Zolo has not hit a wall. There have been no substantial hurdles at this point, so I've not seen him grow in the new post-time skip. I've not seen him had to grow. So basing my knowledge of how shonen books work or how this wall growth concept is applied, I'm going to say Zolo's not going to hit a wall until he gets into a fight in Wano. So at this point in time, now, I'm going to say going to so far, I'm going to say from what I've seen, Zolo has to be more powerful than Luffy so far. Now, after this Katakuri fight, I don't know where that's going to end up because I haven't seen that fight that says this is where Luffy is. He got destroyed by Kaido, and I knew going in he wasn't Kaido level, but I don't know where he falls because I haven't seen him fight like an all-star, so I don't know where Luffy falls in the mix of things, but I can say to this point, Zolo ain't been challenged.
No.
So if he hasn't been challenged, he hasn't had to grow since he's been in the New World, meaning wherever he is in this arc, that's where he came into the New World. So if he fights one of Kaido's all-stars and beats one of Kaido's all-stars, it stands to reason that was his level when he came into the New
World. Yeah.
Luffy wasn't there. Luffy wasn't Yonko Commander level when he came in, but Zolo was Yonko Commander level when he came in. Meaning, since the time skip, after he trained in the Mihawk, Zolo came in as the most powerful member of the Mugiwara.
And the interesting thing about that is, his character is such that he will not outshine his captain. He will not not to the crew. If it's like when he was taking out Pika, that was just straight up, he asked me to do this, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? He said take out what was it? Yu-Gi-Oh! Homegirl with the smile, with the happy thing. What's her name?
Who?
And back in Punk Hazard, the snow chick.
Oh my good, Yuki.
Yeah, basically, hold her off till such and such. He said, "All right, fine." You know, he just do. You know what I mean? He's a henchman. You know what I'm saying? He's the perfect subordinate. He will not.
What was her name? It's not Yuki.
What's her name? He called her Yuki on
what's her name? She the snow chick.
Yeah. I mean, it was just he does jobs and stuff like that, and he's not trying to step on his captain's toes. You know what I'm saying? He's a loyal subordinate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monet. Yeah. So he's not going to try to put up feats. I mean, add to the fact that Oda hasn't put him in a position where he would accomplish a feat that would tell us obviously he's stronger than Luffy, which is smart on his part. He's holding that up for later. Whether he's stronger than him or not, he's deliberately held him out of situations because I guess initially I would say he held him out of Whole Cake because he already got some shine, relatively speaking, in Dressrosa, and it was time. You would say it was time for Sanji to get his shine. Sanji, but we're gonna get to that in another video because he absolutely did not get any shine beyond revealing that he's a Vinsmoke. But again, I'm not gonna get into that. So basically, he was held out of that so that they could develop other things.
Well, I'm just not because I don't want because like I said, we're gonna get to another video. I don't want to say Sanji didn't get any shine. I'm going to say he didn't get the type of shine that I needed from one of the top 3 fighters on the team. I needed him to level up as a fighter And I didn't, because there were some parts in there that I really liked from Sanji, but I don't want to, like you said, we're going to get into this when we talk about Whole Cake, which we're going to have to do soon, because I'm chopping at the bit at this point.
We got
I'm with you.
But yeah, so he was held out of that because he got his moment taking out Pika. All right, so now he's been all that time he's been over there in Wano. He came in, hardcore, slicing that little thingy in half, that little house, whatever. When they was accusing him of being a manslayer, they cut the man's house in half. Whatever. He's doing little stuff. Yeah, he got into it
with a dagger.
With a dagger, not even. I mean, which harkens back to Mihawk stabbing him with that little knife.
Yeah,
So, which is cool. Little hints at where his level could be. And when they got into it a little bit with Hawkins, you can't really say much there, but
Hawkins. See, because you could say some people could argue Hawkins gums up the works in terms of where Zolo falls, because he didn't just mudhole stomp Hawkins, and some of that actually gave shine to Hawkins. But I can actually tell you from what I saw, Hawkins is a hard matchup because you got to take out so many enemies before you get to Hawkins. But it looks like if that big monster was the biggest that Hawkins could do, would shoot some little needles to catch Zolo. Zolo's a bad matchup for Hawkins. Like I didn't see anything that made me think that if that he wouldn't have cut through all of his little. I didn't see anything that made me think he couldn't have beat Hawkins. So
no.
I've not seen anything so far that made me think he would. Like, I don't know that he would have to flex too much harder than what he has been flexing so far.
I mean, think about it. They were basically retreating.
Yeah.
They had a little girl in tow. So if there's no little girl to protect, toe to toe, face to face, fight. I mean, one of the two, Luffy or Zolo, either one.
Hawkins.
He's been.
I like Hawkins. I don't want to make it sound like nice. I like what Oda's doing with the Supernova, because each of them getting a little pop, and I'm feeling when we got to Roll with Beige, I was feeling that battle when we got to see what Hawkins can do. I like him, and I can't wait to see what Drake is up to and how that works out in this arc. But I wasn't under the impression that in terms of where Hawkins falls in the Supernova, that he's on the high end. I didn't get the impression that he would be a challenge, a true challenge to Luffy and or Zoro. Like I didn't get that impression.
We're gonna have to rank the Supernovas at some point.
I would like to do that. Like, I like to see where you fall on some of this.
Yeah, we got to do the top. Was it 12 of them? 11?
11.
11. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So at this point, is given his character, given the fact that we haven't. I mean, you made a strong argument in terms of the fact that he hasn't been pushed, and if the first fight that he gets into is with a commander level cat, then that means he was
commander level
the whole time. But he would never say it. You know what I'm saying? He never asked Luffy, how'd you do it, whatever. How'd y'all make out? Oh, we fought I fought their top commander, or, second in command, whatever. And, I struggled with him, but whatever. You're like, oh, okay.
And and a lot of people, because I've seen a lot of this argument, the Luffy versus Zolo debate. It's been raging for a long time, and people talk about feats and what they've seen from these characters so far. But at some point, you have to base your knowledge on how shonen books work and apply that to your reasoning. And I'm trying to tell you, Zolo has not had the bust a grape since we've been in the New World. He ran up on Hody Jones in the water, and he would have put that Bama down.
Yeah, he was going to kill him.
Like, that's insane. You knew that was the top dude in this arc. In the water, he's essentially as fast as a fish man. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
This dude it's next level stuff. And if he doesn't get challenged until Wano, then it tells me this dude was running around at this level this whole time.
And when he hit him, what did he hit him with? She so.
It's
like a basic hit.
I mean, he just sees something basic.
He didn't even have to pull out nothing big.
He ain't had to pull out nothing big yet, man. Like, I mean, that big joint. I mean, when he was fighting Pika, and Pika essentially was a big mountain, and he hit that man with a crazy move, which says he could decimate a mountain. That's how much power he's sitting on, and I'm confident that's not his top move.
Oh, yeah.
I'm confident there's more to it than that. And I feel like right now,
his top move has to be something past Ashura.
It has to be.
Something.
It has to be.
Just terrifying. Just, like, and his stuff is on that demon level, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, whereas you always get the vibe that Luffy is powerful and Zoro is scary and destructive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Where it goes past, there's a destructive nature to what he does that ain't cute. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, whatever. So it's got to be something past Ashura.
It has to be. And I think it's the purpose Zolo is supposed to serve for the Mugiwara. Like I understand it, the whole Zolo versus Sanji debate, which is just pure and utter nonsense, because I find both of these characters are great in their own right.
Yeah. And
I find like they just serve different purposes for their squad. So it never was a thing for me to think that Sanji was meant to be as powerful as Zolo, because that's not his role. No. He doesn't need to be. That's not what he brings to the table. Even if he's the number 3 guy, then he's the number 3 guy. And I'm trying to tell you, I'm okay with that, because the number 3 guy should still be a nasty cat, regardless. So that debate has always been nonsensical. But I always felt like, and even though he's not ever been officially said this, I've always felt like Zolo was supposed to be the first mate.
Yeah.
That's his role on the team. I feel like, I honestly believe Rayleigh's the Dark King, not because, it's a cute name, it's a cute, epithet or anything of that nature. I honestly always took it to be he was willing to do the stuff that Rogers was not wanting to do. We are the king together. Like, essentially, your first mate back in the day, in Luffy in the very beginning referenced Zolo as his partner.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
That's real. Yeah. My partner, not my subordinate, not my, whatever, my partner. Mm-hmm. We're in this together. So wherever I fall short, you take care of it for me. And I feel like Zolo's meant to be the new Dark King.
Yeah.
He ain't meant to be cute. When he come on the scene, it's meant to be your ass is grass, and that's real. And I feel like that's the vibe you want him to have.
Yeah.
And
he's got it. I mean, look. When dudes got to be eliminated off the board. I mean, I go back to not to switch subjects, but Naruto when they was fighting what's that bad man? They took out Asuma.
Oh, Hidan?
Yeah, his partner.
Oh, it was Hidan and what was that Bama name?
Kakuzu? No.
Kakuzu. Yeah.
Naruto beat him, but somebody had to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Heroes win the big noble fight, but then somebody got to sneak behind their shoulder and take the Bama's out. The Kakashi just came out.
Kakashi was like, yo. Like, you run ahead, and
go ahead
I'm going to go ahead and clean this up.
Yeah, you go ahead and let them carry you off on their shoulders and all that. Number, go ahead.
That's Dark King stuff in my mind. That's Dark King stuff.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Luffy exhibit anything that says that he's the finisher.
Nah,
he'll beat you down.
Yeah,
he'll tear your ass up.
That's his nature. Yeah,
yeah. But when it's time, when it's for it to be done, when it's over, who's supposed to come in and finish the deed? And that's Roronoa Zolo.
Yeah.
He come up in that joint and he takes care of business.
Shank, and that's the end of it.
And that's not to say that Luffy, like I told you before, in our conversations, I'm confident that Luffy, by the end of Wano, Luffy is going to be more powerful than Zoro.
Oh yeah.
By the end of it, but I'm saying coming into this story, to this point, I'm not seeing Zoro be challenged by anybody. He has not hit that wall. And if he hits the wall now, then that means this is his level from the beginning.
Yeah.
Whenever Mihawk set that man free on the world, this is where he was. And he's a beast.
And to be honest with you, being that they're in Wano and they're in the middle of this, was going to be like this circus, this epic fight, I don't see Oda taking him through those steps at this point. If we were meant to see him progress to the point of a Yonko commander level, we would have seen it until now.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have waited until Wano and say, all right, now he's going to rise up to the... Because this ain't the time for that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
At this point, it's, get real or die. You know what I'm saying? Because these Grammars are supposed to be coming in hard. You're going to have admirals running through. You're going to have at least 2 Yonkos running.
2 Yonkos, maybe 3.
Possibly, we don't know if Shank's going to show up. We don't know who's going to be in here. And if you're not ready for that field, because, these guys aren't going to be, there's going to be a playing field for Chopper and them. That's true. But, Luffy, Zoro, people like that, they're not on that field. They're going to be in the upper tier. And if you're not ready for that upper tier, when you set foot on Wano, if he wasn't ready, we're not going to see him progress the steps that Luffy had to take. If
he's not ready, and this is a conversation that I hope we have in another video, but if he's not ready, then they really need to just pack it up. I honestly, at this point in time, this should be if they make it out alive, they should just go back onto the East Blue.
Yeah. They'll dominate the East Blue. They'll kill everybody. That'd be great.
That'll be their but that's all you got. Because you took years and you squandered them. It's just real to me. I am so anti that raid suit. If Sanji has to put it on, then it's a problem for me. And I know that's another video because I want to talk about the Mugiwara in the New World. I want that to be a topic for us. And I just I don't know, man.
We're gonna go all over Sanji.
Oh my god! And this is not to say because I'm gonna tell you, I tell everybody and their mama, Sanji is easily my 3rd favorite character in the entire series. Easily my 3rd favorite. Yeah. So I'm very upset about how he's being handled to this point. It's insane to me. But
so we can say pretty much definitively, even though we don't know this for a fact, from a reasonable standpoint, Zoro has to be at least as powerful, but quite possibly more powerful than Luffy at this time.
At this time. I'm actually going to say at this time, because we're in Wano, and what Luffy has to do, I'm going to say he's probably past Zoro, because I'm assuming somehow or another, Luffy has to go toe-to-toe with Kaido.
Yeah. So probably his working out in that jailhouse has probably got him past.
But up to him fighting Katakuri, I would say definitively Zoro was more powerful than Luffy.
Yeah.
I'm just based on my knowledge.
I think that's safe to say.
Yeah, based on my understanding of how Shonen comics work, Zoro had to be more powerful. Yeah. So that's where I'm at with it.
Okay. All right.
Controversy or not.
Yeah, but keep it coming. If you, y'all out there, if you, what's your opinions? Do you think our points make sense? Comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. My money's on Zoro, at this point. But at this point, it's debatable. They're probably coming up to even.
Yeah.
I really want to know where Jinbei falls in between those two.
When we talk about the Mugiwara,
because he's on the crew now,
Is he up there? Yeah.
Did you see that last anime, Jay?
No, I haven't watched that one yet.
Oh yeah, the last hit. He's at this point he would have been the only one in their crew that had landed a punch on Big Mom that made a difference. You know what I'm saying? Luffy's Gear 4 didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? He knocked her off the ship. You know what I'm saying? Jinbei ain't no joke.
ain't no joke, man. He ain't no joke.
He knocked her physically off of this ship.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna have a problem though if he comes in and he pushes Sanji out of the top 3. If he come in and he ain't number 4 and he number 3, we gonna have a problem.
Well, Luffy and Sanji combined blocked or at least deadened one of her punches, so I don't know. Seems like Jinbei's hit might be more effective.
I don't know.
We'll see. This power scaling is tight, man. I like it. All right, y'all. So that's where we at with it again. Comment, subscribe, let us know what you think. So that's it from the Crisis Corner. I hope you enjoyed it. We out. Stay loose.